All the videos and YouTube channels presented in today's podcast is not sponsored nor our copyright material and is owned respectively to them. Enjoy today's podcast. Okay. I'm going to breathe for a second.
I'm glad that we're not even prepared to do this.
I'm going to breathe for a second. No, because it's been a very long week.
Oh yeah, I feel that, man.
It's been a very long week.
You know it.
But hello everyone. Today is September 26th. I am your host, AJ.
And I'm Joey.
And today we have not really any focused topical stuff, so it's freeform today.
To be honest, no. I was kind of relying on you to just be like, yo, this is what we're going to be talking about today. But I guess
yeah, no, it's fine. It's more freeform today. Personally, I have a good bit of... Wait, my mom messaged me.
My mama said...
Can't think of it. No, my mom's asking me what basketball players wore number 4, and I'm like, I don't know.
You know more about football than basketball. Why would you know about basketball?
Well, no, I actually know both. Okay, I know basketball before 2000 and I would say 14. I stopped paying attention to basketball 5 years ago because it's just gone. For me, it's been going downhill.
Right.
And not downhill as in the league or the sport, just my interest for it. Football is a completely different situation. That is the league.
Why do you like football so much?
It's hard to explain. No,
because that is the same thing that I ask everyone, and they all say the same thing. They're like, it's kind of hard.
No, it is kind of hard to explain because here's the thing: I didn't like football right out of the gate. If anything, I've actually liked basketball longer than football. Actually, technically now, since it's been 5 years
because
since
of Space Jam,
stopped paying attention to basketball. Now it's been the same, but I cared about basketball first long before football. I didn't even like football until I was 6.
Right.
Whereas with basketball, I was really into it when I was 1 or 2 years old. So, but the thing that drew me to football was, so my parents in general always hold big parties for the championship games every year, and even though that they did that, I still wasn't into football. And to clarify, just in case if there's anybody listening to this outside of this country for some reason, outside of the US, when I mean football, I mean American football. I know I'm a disgrace, whatever. All
right.
No, I've already had so many conversations about that. Yeah, no matter what, I just wasn't into football. And then there was a championship in 2003 between the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. And there was just something about how the Carolina Panthers played. It really caught my attention. So from that day forward, I just kind of subconsciously, just instinctively paid attention to football. It wasn't even my parents at all. If anything, they weren't even pushing it on me. Nowhere near.
You just sort of happened to catch a glance at it.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say what really caught my eye from the Panthers was Julius Peppers and Steve Smith. Steve Smith was a wide receiver, and Julius Peppers was a defensive lineman. Both very popular and iconic from the sport, especially from what you can probably consider last generations of big stars of football of the sport, whatever.
Right.
It's because they're both retired now. So,
Okay. Just gonna go ahead and jump into that one.
you know,
They're both just retards. Right.
so mainly because of those two, that's when I started to use the Panthers as a way to learn the sport, get into the sport. Which of course that just made the Panthers my favorite team since then. So
that's your team. That's who you always root for.
yeah, sadly.
Sadly?
Yeah, yeah, because they freaking frustrate. They've been frustrating me every single year for the past, I want to say 5-6 years.
Why don't you just switch teams?
So Joey, what's your life update?
I was waiting for you to be like, listen, you don't just switch teams. No life update?
No. So the only way I will switch teams is, so there's a little bit of a rumor mill going around right now because Colin Kaepernick's agent has been contacting a handful of teams because there's a handful of teams having some quarterback problems, the Panthers included. So my mom and I both agreed that if Colin Kaepernick, and of course, if people want to point me out for this being political reasons, I'll bluntly say part of it is political reasons. It's as simple as that. But if Colin Kaepernick does become the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, or sorry, just joins the team in general, my mom and I have both agreed that we'll pack everything away in boxes, put it off to the side. She will go back to her Eagles because she's from Philly, so she grew up with the Eagles.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the Eagles.
And I will go with Raiders.
Oh, yeah. There's like a distinct rivalry in my job, and I can kind of see it. Like my partner, his name is Jason Carter. He has an Eagles rug, right? And then right across from us is LED. They put up the LED panels for big shows and stuff like that. He has a Raiders flag just sitting on the top, and every time like Jason gets out of the room, I notice he stares at the flag.
Yeah, but
and it's like he just wants to beat the crap out of him or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but here's the thing: if there is one team that the Eagles want to see burn alive, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles fans want Dallas Cowboys players, coaches, people attached to the organization, fans. They all want them to just rot in hell.
But why? Can you explain?
Okay, I'm sorry for the bad impersonation, and I'm going to go a little bit away from the microphone for this one because it will be a little bit loud. We are America's team. We can do this. We can do that because we're America's team. Woohoo! And it's like, okay, you haven't been America's team since the freaking 70s, okay, people? Now get the hell over it. Like, here's the thing. I'm not even an Eagles fan. I've never been an Eagles fan, but I can agree with them that Dallas Cowboys is the most annoying organization in the entire NFL. And yes, that even beats out the New England Patriots being, well, cheaters.
Well, I was kind of a part of that. All right.
Huh? What?
I'm glad I took part. I partaked in your impersonation of the Dallas Cowboys. There was I used to have a coworker at Flipper's Pizzeria. I won't say her name, but she's really cool. I love her. She's a really big Patriots fan, really huge. And I'm like,
that's fine. It's just that she's wrong and supports cheaters.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, what was the name of the quarterback that
Tom Brady.
cheated? Tom Brady, right? I knew that Tom Brady cheated. I knew that.
More than once.
Exactly, more than once. And I brought it up. He's like, yeah, he did, but now he's like better now, and he doesn't do that. It's like, but he still cheated. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I kind of brought that up. Like, how does that work out?
Like literally, they've messed with history by cheating.
What do you mean
Because
by that?
it's because here's the thing: 50 years from now, when most people won't even remember who the hell precisely who all these players and coaches were, they're gonna look back and be like, man, just look at how the New England Patriots were able to do this. We're able to do that. We're able to do this. We're able to do that. And it's because of what? Oh, cheating. But they're going to throw that to the side. Throw that piece of information to the side.
Right.
It messes with history of the sport.
You know, South Park made fun of Tom Brady
Oh, multiple times.
multiple times, but I'm talking about the video game they released.
Yeah.
If you put in the password like before, like if you play the game before and you're redoing the game, if you put in the password ahead of time or try to sequence break, it's like, listen, Tom Brady, this isn't the time for cheating or some crap like that. Like, you need to find the code first, and I know that that's the code, but you need to find it legitimately. And and it's like, that's pretty fun. That's pretty funny. I thought that was a nice piece of trivia. Those dudes are geniuses.
Oh yeah. Well, my teacher for the law class I had to take for my master's. Sorry, I had to burp. My teacher for the law class, who's, you know, an actual lawyer, she's one of the main head people of the entire Florida bar, and knows many people. She personally knows the lawyer for South Park. And just the stories that she's told me, to just how they've been able to get away with everything, is just so great. I love it. And of course, her favorites are the ones that involve Tom Cruise, because since Tom Cruise is like so quick to pull the trigger of trying to sue.
Right. Real quick, I pulled up the Easter egg that I was talking about for the game. So here it is.
Fuck you, Mom.
Hey, Tom Brady, you want to play the game, or do you just want to be known as a smug, cheating bitch the rest of your life?
You, Mom.
Okay, so I guess you just want to Tom Brady your way through the whole game? What's the matter, can't do it on your own?
Fuck you, Mom.
Is this fun for you, Tom Brady?
It just keeps going.
You, Mom.
You broke the rules.
And just so that people know, Cartman is dressed up as Belichick, the coach.
And that's it. That's pretty much it.
That's great.
I just thought that was really funny. You broke the rules. Dude, South Park is a national treasure, man.
Oh,
it must be
it
protected
really
at all
is.
costs.
And like the thing is that South Park will never end. And one of the big reasons is because just how the production is for the show, so that it's always up to date when it comes to content.
Yes.
Oh, I just dropped my lid.
And
No, because there's some people who don't know, like, you know, there's Family Guy, Family Guy, The Simpsons, American Dad, etc., where that they do everything beforehand before the season even starts. But in your South Park, who doesn't even work on the newest episode until literally the week before.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
So they don't do any pre-pro. They just sort of get into it.
Yeah, no. So
Rick and Morty style.
So like, there's a reason why, if like a major thing happens in real life, that's why you see an episode about that thing a week or two like later of that. Because what they do is the creators will sit down write the script in 3 whole days, and then for the remainder of the days, that's when they actually do the actual production work, give it to Comedy Central, then boom, the episode's up.
Interesting.
Like they do everything in 1 week. And they've been doing that ever since, not exactly the very beginning, but close to the very beginning. Because that's another thing too, because like most people actually think they do actual stop motion paper stuff, and it's like, no, that's all through an animation software.
Yeah. They stopped doing that because it's too costly and too time consuming.
It wasn't really the fact that it was costly, it just took way too much time. That was the main issue. Which of course, which is more valuable than money. Time.
Time is money, and the time is now, yo.
Yep.
Can't see me? The time is now.
Are you okay?
No. No.
Well, why not give us a life update and tell us why you're not okay?
I really don't have one.
Oh, damn.
It's more like, oh, I bought clothes. I've been working my butt off. Just doing overtime, getting paid, paying more bills. All that crap.
Oh.
That's it. Nothing too interesting, really. Kind of sad, really.
I've been getting very tired.
Of my shit?
Huh?
Of my shit?
No.
Like that one time where I like bailed on your stream because I'm an asshole.
It's whatever. Because there's my own things going on at home, which are whatever.
Yeah, dude.
We have a new puppy now, so that's a thing.
Oh yeah.
What
was her name or his name?
Her name is Hadley. Hadley, but not spelled the normal way, which is Hadley. We spell it Hadleigh. She is
Why?
2 months. Huh?
Why?
I don't know. Ask my parents. They're the ones who picked it.
I want to be unique.
Damn.
Sorry.
I just hit my water bottle. Yeah, she's 2 months old, and she's a sheepadoodle, which is a English sheepdog poodle mix. So when she's fully grown, she will be between 55 to 75 pounds. And she will be technically the very first big dog in this house because the other 4 dogs are Pomeranians, which barely weigh my foot.
Whoa.
But I absolutely love Hadley. She is a sweetheart. She's very smart for her age of 2 months.
What did you say her breed was?
She is a sheepadoodle, which is an English sheepdog poodle mix.
That reminds me of the episode in iCarly when like their biggest fan wanted to get them something from like a grocery store, and she's like, "Give me Fladoodle." So they were like trying to get her away. He's like, "Okay, I'll be right back." Literally 5 minutes later, they find Fladoodles by like the nearest like grocery store. Sorry, that just reminded me of like sheepadoodle, Fladoodle, chips.
But yeah, so she's 2 months old, so there's a lot of stuff that we have to teach her. We are gonna put her into classes in I think like 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
Because my parents are going off to London for like 10 whole days next Friday.
Ooh.
So good for them.
Dude, I've been dying to go to Glasgow.
I've been dying to get a job. Speaking of which, I do have a interview with the UPS tomorrow, so that's the thing.
Dude, that was just like so out of nowhere. I've been dying to get a job. So mail service, just delivering, or
I would work in the back.
Oh, shipping.
Yeah.
God.
It's
Best of luck to you, man.
it's the same store that Pedro works at, so that's kind of the reason why I even got the interview.
Oh, because of Pedro.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But I know the only reason why they're wanting to hire people are because of two reasons. One, Christmas is right around the corner, which is weird to say because it's September, but the thing is that it seems like that Christmas starts in September now every year, which is dumb. So they're getting prepared for that. And Pedro's sister, she's pregnant. Her due date is November, but she thinks she could possibly pop next month.
That's a weird term.
Yeah. Next month, and most people don't realize of how much work she actually does at that store, even though that she's not a manager. So, that's kind of why they're looking for some more hands, because of those two reasons. We will see if I get it.
That's cool.
If I do,
if not, I'll try talking to. I still haven't talked to Dad, but if I talk to Dad, I'll definitely let you know, because we have several family members up in Jax.
I got you.
Well, I said your address. Oops. Well, not exactly, but
I mean,
whatever.
I've already said before that I live in Jacksonville.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, oops.
No, it's fine.
Oop.
Well, it's
So,
not
yeah,
like I'll
man.
leave the house anyway, so people aren't gonna find me.
How are you not hard to find? You're a freaking. You stick out like a sore thumb, dude. You're just a
Dude,
ginger.
again, I never leave the house, so it's not like people are gonna find me.
You're a ginger. You're bright red.
So, dog interview tomorrow, and I've been sleeping very late at night, because I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. I finally I got Overwatch exactly a week ago. I'm almost level 25, so meaning I'm getting ready to start doing competitive stuff.
Ooh. You're gonna get into the placements.
I'm gonna try.
Last time I tried placements was like 2 years ago, and I got gold. I got a really good placement with a buddy of mine. You gotta have a really solid team in order for you to go for placements.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, never go solo queue. It's fucking terrible.
But I've been told I have been told I'm a very good support, so
Yeah,
that
dude.
should hopefully help.
Did Alex tell you?
Yeah. It took
Sorry.
a few days, but I finally got the hang of Moira. And now I just dominate with her, like so much so to the point where that I'm getting gold medals across the board for kills, damage, healing. It's
Nice.
ridiculous.
That's me in PS4 with Junkie, not so much in PC because it's a little harder to aim.
Which of course people are complaining about that in chat and everything.
Why do you say that?
Because they're like, you're supposed to be healing, and it's like, I got gold in healing, and I got gold in everything else because I have to carry your weight. Like, period, the end, done.
Why are they complaining if you won?
Exactly, thank you.
Like, whatever. You're winning.
Exactly.
Hashtag winning.
Exactly. I got 2 play of the games this week, which was very fun.
Oh, dude, that's so satisfying.
Both with Moira.
like my junkie play of the game, like the first time we played.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was so satisfying. I wasn't expecting to get a play of the game like so early on.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
I know
fun.
next to nothing about the lore of Overwatch, so yesterday I sat down and watched all 10 of the shorts they have.
They don't tell you jack.
No, they actually tell you a lot. They really do.
If you want to get more balls deep into the lore, you should go to their official website, and they have a couple of comic books that you can read.
Yeah, well, that I know, but like the shorts actually have a lot of info that most people don't realize.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of into the Overwatch kick right now. Like I even got a Brigitte and Bastion Funko Pop things, the figures.
Why do you call it Brigitte?
Because that's how you pronounce her name.
Isn't it supposed to be Bridget?
Bridget has a D.
Doesn't it have a D? Her name
Brigitte.
doesn't have a D?
Nope. It's
Shit.
spelled Brigitte. Brigitte.
Where's the A? Like, I don't know. That's a little confusing to me.
No, it's Brigitte. Brigitte, whatever. Yeah.
Where's the A?
No, Brigette. There's no A.
Right, but it sounds like if you say it Brigitte, like where's the A? You know the I don't. You know what I mean?
Brigitte. T-E.
Shouldn't it be Brigitte?
I feel like you're trying to force a meme that's not going too well.
I'm not trying to force a meme at all. I'm genuinely like concerned. Like, where does the not the t, because I know where the t comes from, but not the
Brigitte. T-E.
I'm done with this topic.
Dude, you're the one who brought it up.
I know, but I'm done with it. I'm putting it in a closet. Hope it never comes out.
Put you in the closet.
Hope I never get out.
Here, let me play this video really quick.
Oh, I'm excited.
Whoa. Here, ready?
Sure.
Cool. Just so you know, the joke is this chick is waiting for a date, and the reveal is not a person, it's a food that we all love. Like, and of course it has a nice little catchy tune.
Right.
Yeah. With a pretty good animation.
That looks like Froppy. Oh.
Look, she has her pizza. Also, warning, she's gonna be butt naked in a second.
Are you kidding? Okay. You weren't kidding.
Can't you eat like any other normal being in the universe? Leave me alone! I don't stare at your ugly ass when you're eating.
Wow.
I feel
That
like
escalated.
I feel like that's all of us when it comes to pizza.
I don't stare at your ugly ass when you're eating. Cool.
I mean,
I love it.
she has a point.
Well, how do you know that? You don't know them as like
She has a
established
point.
characters.
Which
Oh, well,
which by the way,
if you're going more literal, well, then yeah, it makes sense.
which wait. Bear with me.
Sure.
I feel like I've been lied to.
Excuse me.
This is why.
All right.
So, by the way, there is no new info about Pokemon. Shocker. That's a first.
Thank God. You hear that, Game Freak? In the next 24 hours, a new freaking trailer drops.
Yeah, no, I don't think we will have a trailer until like next week.
All right.
If not next week, then probably the following. But I am going to talk about something Pokemon related because I learned stuff that I never knew before, even though that I grew up with the series for my entire life, and it actually like it doesn't physically hurt me, but like it hurts me to like some level.
We thought we were done with this. We are not. There's no escape.
No. So
I'm just kidding.
in my in my recommendation. There we go. Before we got together for this podcast, there was a 37-minute video about the Pokemon timeline, and I was like, okay. And like, I already knew a good broad detail of it because, again, I've played these games for my whole life. I sit down and I'm listening and I'm just like, I've been lied to this entire time.
Are we gonna watch a full 37-minute video?
No. No.
No.
No, like the best way I'm gonna say it is I didn't realize of how many multiverses there are and how many distinctive timelines there are for those multiverses. And I just sat there and I'm just like, this is more complex than freaking Legend of Zelda. Like, it's ridiculous. And no one would ever know.
Does it make more sense than Zelda, or?
Oh, hell no.
Thank God.
Like first there was somehow the creation of Arceus, you know, the god of Pokemon, and he made Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina to make the Pokemon universe. And like fast forward, dude. Oh no. And then because of Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, that formed all the land, water, and environment within the Pokemon world of the planet that we are based in, blah blah blah, whatever, etc etc. Like, it's ridiculous.
Wait,
and
are you trying to say that this game is religious?
Okay, so that's not new information because
breaking news: Pokemon is religious propaganda. We need to stand up now. We need to fight.
Not 2 weeks in a row.
The god.
not 2 weeks in a row. And then like that's when it gets to the plot point in Gen 6 for Pokemon X and Y and Kalos, because there was a war that happened 3,000 years prior to the events.
Oh, I'm aware of this. Yeah,
in Gen 6,
I've seen it.
And I didn't realize that one event determined the multiverse split, which one has the existence of a mega evolution and the other one doesn't. So meaning everything that we knew before from Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, before we even had megas, that's in the non-mega timeline. And in Gen 6 and 7, in combination of the Gen 3 remakes as well as the Gen 1 remakes, fall under the mega evolution multiverse. But yet at the same time, in Gen 7, you play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which is a alternate universe / timeline compared to Sun and Moon. So like, I'm just sitting here going like, this is ridiculous. Like, I feel like I've been lied to my entire life, but it's whatever.
Do you believe it?
Huh?
Do you believe it?
Believe what? Like
what the 37-minute video was saying?
Well, yeah, of course, because all the info they are providing are from the mainline games as well as the pieces of animation based off of the mainline games. So, meaning it's canon. Like, it's actual canon stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, the more you know.
No.
Speaking of the more you know. Hold on.
And the comments for them were actually pretty funny too. Let's see, is it right here? Here is one comment. And I thought the Legend of Zelda timeline was frustrating. And then another one saying, I feel like I just watched a mix of Ancient Aliens and How It's Made.
The more you know. I'll go ahead and kill myself now. All right.
I'm not gonna talk to you again until next week. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I'm sorry. What did you just say to me?
Omewa, Mao Shandiru, Noni. All I heard was like not even the beginning part. Like,
I apologize, man.
yeah.
The well is running dry today.
To be completely honest, though, there's not gonna be that many YouTube videos being shown by me this week because I don't really have any.
Oh, wait, hold on. Are we living in a different timeline? This is the worst one. We're living in the worst timeline right now, where Austin doesn't have any memes.
Wait a minute. Question.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Tall Girl on Netflix?
I refuse to watch that shit.
Okay, so first of all I'm going to say is this. Watch it so that you have the right to say to the other person, I have seen it, and I can rightfully say it's garbage.
It's complete garbage.
So
I don't have to see it to know that it's like complete fucking garbage.
So
like you're telling me that just because you're tall, you can't really find the right guy for you? Get the hell out of here.
Well, not just
you're
that.
Really dumb.
Do you know how tall she actually is?
How tall is she?
6'1".
Dude, like, MGK, Machine Gun Kelly is 6'4".
Like that's it. She's 6'1". Whoop-de freaking do.
And
like,
not to
are you
mention
kidding me?
that formula has been ripped almost entirely out of an anime. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Vaguely.
Barely Complex.
But like that's the reason why I'm mentioning it. It's because I saw your post about that. And
Barely Complex. I meant Lovely Complex.
And so, in all honesty,
Oops.
I don't know what's going on with Netflix anymore, because besides of them canceling their most popular shows for some odd reason, and of course, in turn, they are increasing their subscription every freaking year. Netflix better watch out. Like, they really need to, because the way they're going, the Disney streaming service has got to kill them. It really is. Because, again, they are canceling a lot of popular shows on their platform for no legitimate reason. And they come out with movies like Tall Girl, Sierra Burgess, Dumplin', I think it's called. Like those kind of movies where that it's kind of like baiting you with the whole thing of, what's this?
All right, that's enough.
Yeah, there you go. And like purposely baiting with the whole women self-image thing, blah blah blah, which is fine, but they don't do it well. Because okay, look at Tall Girl. She's 6'1". Whoop-de freaking do. It's not like she's 7 foot. Look at Sierra Burgess. Okay, cool. She's fat. But why is there no other fat kid in that high school? Not just that, in Tall Girl, there's no other tall people in that high school. And it's like, that's completely unrealistic. And then there's Dumplin', which I would say is a little bit better than Sierra Burgess and Tall Girl, in my opinion. Because in Tall Girl okay, so in Tall Girl, they just don't even try. In Sierra Burgess, they try to use shock factor in order to reel people in, which it did. And then there's Dumplin', who actually did it a lot better to actually have you feel for the main character. But by the end of the day, it's still kind of unrealistic of the events that they unfolded and the environments they were presenting. Like, each movie didn't have a real world environment that They just made up their own shit in order to push their own message. It's as simple as that.
That gas for air, the sigh, I felt that.
No, but like Netflix is just doing this thing now where that they obviously have some sort of agenda, which is fine, but do it well.
They need to fix their shit, yo.
And like, I'm not solely targeting the whole female self-image thing. There's other things that Netflix is doing with their own original content with many different messages. But again, they're just not.
They're not doing it. No, I get it. They're not doing it well. It also happened with the series called I think it's a series called Dear White People.
Oh my god!
I didn't think that was a good approach.
Don't get me started.
It was terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm one for equality. Like
Here's the thing. I can't say a single thing because of how I'm a straight, able-bodied white man, so I can't say anything.
You're a saltine American.
Yes, I am a cracker.
You're no. Watch the ice that you thread, man. No, I'm kidding. I really wish they would have done that a little better. And to just title it "Dear White People," like.
I have no issue with the title. If anything, even me as a white person was interested due to the title. But then as soon as I watched the trailer and just sat there, I was just like, no, I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole.
Nope. You know what was a good series though?
Stranger Things, I agree.
No, Stranger Things is a good series, hands down. I can't argue with anyone there.
I'm surprised they haven't canceled it yet.
The season 2 kind of flailed a little bit, but season 3 came out strong. But like, it was very strong. I agree. But no, the point that I wanted to make, what's a really good series and what was done well was it's a series that came out not too long ago. It was a documentary telling like real life events about these 4 boys that were prosecuted for a crime they never committed. You know which one I'm talking about?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It happened in New York City. They were in the woods and apparently a girl got attacked or something like that, and it was like a misunderstanding, but the police tried to force these kids to essentially admit to a crime they never committed so that they get a faster acquittal and so they can get less jail time. I forgot what was the name of that series. This is going to bug me. I have to find this.
Netflix is going to be its own downfall. And I will not feel bad if it actually happens. Like they are setting themselves up to lose millions upon millions of dollars due to their current approach.
Child sexual abuse kids documentary. I think is this one. No, that's a Wikipedia page. Shit. I really don't know. Anyway, continue talking. Netflix.
No, like.
Oh, really? There it is. It's called The Central Park 5.
Never heard of it.
It's honestly, like, give it a watch. That is a really good documentary. It's technically, it is a retelling of the events in movie form. There's no people talking like a documentary or anything like that, but it's based on real life events. Like 100% accurate to what actually happened. Which is really, really good. So essentially it's like these 4 kids, they're out having a blast, running around in New York City, and they go into Central Park. Now it makes sense. Sorry, not 4 kids, 5 kids. And they go into Central Park and they're like laughing it up and they're like going around with a gang or some shit like that. And this girl, I think it was a girl. I might be getting things wrong. I haven't seen it in a while. is abused, like beaten up, like to the point like where she's in the brink of death, and like these boys have been eventually like stumble across it, and they're like, holy crap. And the girl was white, just saying. And like they stumbled upon it and they were like really scared, so they started running. And that was one of the boys, and the rest of the boys saw police, and like the first instinct that you have as an African American male living in New York City is to run. Everyone does, especially from the cops, because no one wants to get like, in trouble or anything like that. That's just the lifestyle. And I'm not saying this to be like hypercritical, I guess you can say is the word, or like superstitious. No, not superstitious. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying this to be racist or anything like that. No, it's a genuine thing that happened in New York City, especially in the Bronx, because I have family that lived through it, and they would tell me all the time. And so yeah, they got caught, and the police officers were trying to get in a confession, and they forced these kids to confess to a crime that they never actually committed. I won't spoil the rest of it because it's not really that big of a deal. Like me saying it, this is something that happened like years ago. Yeah. But I definitely recommend this. Like really, really well done documentary.
Well, what I do know is the next thing I need to watch is Dark Crystal, because I still haven't seen it. And
I'm not really that interested in that.
Dude, I've been a Dark Crystal fan ever since I was a kid. So
I guess it's by the fans for the fans type of thing. I mean,
yeah, it is 100%.
There you go.
No, because like there's some people that don't know this. The baby in the movie Labyrinth, which is also a Jim Henson film. The baby in the Labyrinth actually worked on this show for the Dark Crystal. So like it's full circle, which I think is cool.
Right. That's dope.
Yeah.
What is this video that you have presented upon me?
So it's a parody of the song Mine by Bazzi. Is that how you pronounce their name? His name?
Yeah, Bazzi. Never heard of Mine, but all right.
You what? Really? You haven't heard that song?
No.
I'm pretty sure you have.
Probably if I start hearing it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the parody is of the song Mine by Bazzi, and it's about the fries at a fine establishment called Chick-fil-A, if you've ever heard of it.
Delicious.
Yeah. Like the guys
I've
actually.
heard the song.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like the guys actually.
Get a lemonade. I want a lot of ice though, cause sometimes I gotta be like, yo, can I get a lemonade with all this ice? You know what I'm saying? To Chick-fil-A and ordered fries. Yeah. You already know what kind of size.
Am I witnessing a masterpiece?
Yeah.
It will be my pleasure to look me in the eye. Bite into it. I'm a lie. I don't wanna waste no time.
I love how he's in a red suit just dancing in front of a freaking Chick-fil-A.
I know, right? And I love how he's just preaching about how hot the fries are at Chick-fil-A because they're so fresh.
We're back again. Ordered a number 5.
Like he had to record that on Sunday when the place was not open. I'm not kidding, because
I love his laugh.
No, because if you look inside, there's no one in there.
I know.
He had to record this on the Sunday.
Or early in the no, they serve breakfast.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
I love it. It's a work of art.
It's so off key, it's perfect.
You're fine.
It's so off key. It's perfect.
Fresh from the fire. I don't wanna waste no time. Burnt the roof of my house. It really is night. When I go to sleep,
Look at that
I
bod.
dream about them continuously. They're fine.
The only way he was able to have that luscious bod was by eating fries at Chick-fil-A. Not a sponsor.
Bro, how much money did he spend into making this fucking
I
music
have-
video?
I have no clue, and I really want to know, to be honest. I bet
It's
you
so good.
I bet you it was like a tenth of a Full Sail student short film budget. So like what? $10?
You notice how this goes viral. If we had that much money for a budget for to make a music video like this, I'm sure we would have made the revenue in like less than 2 days.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, that is friggin' amazing.
I don't
I'm pretty sure he
remember-
rented the suit too.
I don't remember what this video is. So let's play it anyway.
Sure. I don't like the title.
Yeah, so the title is 13-year-olds. And just so that you know, it's not an animation. It's like one of those sketch things.
It's a storyboard.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I couldn't think of the word. You know, it's one of those sketch things. And like everybody at Pixar is like quivering in their seat. Did he just say sketch?
They're like sweating profusely like Jordan Peele.
13-year-olds are the meanest people in the world.
Oh,
They
okay.
terrify me to this day. If I'm on the street on like a Friday at 3
This is,
p.m. and I see a
John-
group of 8th graders
John
on one
Mulaney.
side of the street, I will cross to the other side of the street because 8th graders will make fun of you, but in an accurate way. They will get to the thing that you don't like about you.
Is this supposed to be like his portrayal, like Mob Psycho, the lawyer?
I think so. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, the same suit, same hairstyle, same eyes and everything. Pretty
They
interesting.
don't even need to look at you for long. They'll just be like, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha. Hey, look at that high-waisted man. He got feminine hips. And I'm like, no, that's the thing I'm sensitive about.
I love John Mulaney. I think he's so funny.
I'm not really into stand-up comedy, but like I can get behind the really good joke or two.
Dude, if you want to know the best stand-up comedy of all time, and of course this is completely biased and not true.
Are you going to mention the man that I'm thinking of?
Who do you think?
Steve Chappelle?
No.
Or I mean Dave Chappelle?
Nope. Nope. The best stand-up, in my opinion, that I have ever watched is stutter. Is Eddie Murphy's Delirious
Oh yes. I've
From the-
seen this one.
from the 1980s.
Yes, I've seen it, and I've also seen
so
clips.
good. And kids in high school, if you're listening, I just want you to know that if you audition for your school's musical with a skit from that specific stand-up,
You're
just
gonna
make
kill it.
sure to take out the cuss words and replace them with other words. That will guarantee you to be in every single scene but 2.
No, dude.
No. Just hear me out. Life story time. Are you ready?
Okay, sure.
So, in sophomore year of high school, my school was doing Grease, which of course to my mom is a big deal. That's her favorite musical of all time. Period.
Yeah.
The end. Done. Like, I've even grown up with Grease a lot. Would I say it's my favorite? I wouldn't necessarily know. If anything, I don't think I have a favorite musical, but I know Grease is one of the things that I remember fondly from my past, mainly because of my mom. So of course she's making a big deal. She's like, "You're gonna audition whether you like it or not," and I'm just like, this is gonna be the one time where that I have to do what you're saying, don't I? And she's like, yep. And I'm like, okay.
I'm not ready, but all right.
So there were 3 separate auditions for that play. 3.
Oh God.
1 for singing, 1 for acting, and 1 for dancing. The singing one, I completely messed up. Because I was just way too nervous. But the director, Miss Worley, she was able to tell that I was nervous, and based off of the bits that I was able to actually sing, I had potential there. I would say singing was my weakest. And
Acting is your strongest, I feel.
And then that's when we went into the dancing. Most people don't know this, but if you make me go through a dancing class, I will probably go through the class with ease. Like, I can actually dance. It's just that I don't do it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty good dancer.
I don't picture you as a really good dancer. Well, not a really good dancer. I don't picture you as a dancer in general. But
I am,
you saying that's interesting.
I am pretty quick and slick on my feet. Like, I really am.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it as like a weight thing or anything like that. Because my cousin, he's a really good salsa dancer, like insane. And merengue too. But,
salsa, I wouldn't know, but.
And he's like really chubby, but like,
yeah.
Wow, that good piece of trivia, man. Seriously. Jesus.
so of course I passed that with, I wouldn't say flying colors, but close to it. Mm-hmm. And then the third one was acting. And I just didn't know what the hell I should do because you had to do a 1-minute monologue. And I didn't know what to do. So I was watching that stand up with my dad for the billionth time. And I was like, oh, maybe I should take one of the skits from this and do that as my 1-minute monologue. So I watched through the whole thing like at least 10 times before I chose which part, which was the part about how his mom was so skilled at throwing a shoe at, like at him and his siblings. So of course I took out so of course I took out the curse words, and for some of the curse words I had to replace it with a totally different word. So I did that as my 1-minute monologue. I practiced. People need to understand you need to practice. If you do not, you won't get anywhere. You will not, period. And I had it a minute on the dot for the practicing. And so that's when I went to the actual audition.
Please
so
elaborate.
Here's the thing. In film, for those of you who don't know, you don't clap.
Hello?
At least during a audition. You do not clap.
Uh-oh.
You
not good.
actually like do like
hello?
Sort of like a jazz hands motion.
Wait. It kind of cut off for a second.
Sort of like a jazz hands motion.
I couldn't. Okay, what I last heard was you have to practice. That's all that I heard.
Okay, so you have to practice. Period. The end. Done.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. During the practices, I was able to hit it a minute on the dot. Actually, no. I was doing less than a minute with it. Either way. So I go to the actual audition, and just so that you know, well, for those who do not know, in theater, when you're auditioning, people don't clap. They do like a jazz hands motion. Because it's loud, it's rude, etc. So I go up there. I freaking nailed it. not only did I nail it, I actually finished the monologue 1 minute on the dot. The way I finished it, due to how I knew that I was 1 minute on the dot, I was quick on my feet and did like a little bit of an improv type thing at the end to make it more comedic. And again, you're supposed to do like a jazz hands motion, not clap. Nope. Everybody was audibly laughing their asses off and freaking clapping their minds to their heart's content.
That's so cool, dude.
And it got to the point where that the director literally had to yell and said, "Everybody stop." and so like I knew after that happened, I was like, I'm gonna be in it. To what extent, I do not know.
You gotta be kidding me, dude.
Then a week later, apparently they put up the listing, which I didn't even know. So as soon as I got home, my dad's like, "Congratulations," and I was just like, "For what?" He's like,
I don't think it's coming back. Hello?
You got in. And I was like, "Got in what?" "Grease, the play." And I was like, "Wait, I did?"
Hello?
And then so the following day, that's when
it cut off again, dude. It's so annoying.
What's the last thing you heard?
It's like, everybody stop.
Okay, everybody stop. And in the following week, when they posted the listings, I didn't know that they did. So when I got home, my dad was like, "Congratulations." I was like, "Congratulations for what?" He's like, "Grease, the play." And I was like, "Oh, I got in." And he's like, "Yeah, how do you not know?" And it's just like, I didn't know that the listings were up.
Did they want you for like the main leading role? Like the lead role?
So here's the thing. In Grease, and this is the play we're talking about, not the movie. In the movie, they have the T-Birds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But in the play, they have the Burger Palace Boys. That's what they were originally called before they changed the name to T-Birds for the film.
Right.
The Burger Palace Boys consists of 8 boys, 4 of them being the main boys, and then the other 4 being the backups for those 4, who are basically in every scene but 2 scenes. So I wasn't one of the main 4, but I was one of the 8 Burger Palace Boys. So I was in the entire play except for 2 scenes.
That's cool.
And
your mom must have been like so proud, dude.
Even though I hated high school, it was literally some of the worst years of my life. I am glad I was a part of that, because that was like,
don't tell me it cut off again.
The most fun I had in the entire 4
cut off
years
again.
of high school.
What the hell? Is this my internet? No, it's not my internet.
Yep, that's it.
Yo.
Joey, are you okay?
Oh my god.
Joey?
Hello?
Joey?
It's cutting off again. Hello? Oh god, it cut off for real.
Oh no. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Oh no.
Hello?
Hello?
There you go. What the fuck? Why does it keep cutting off?
I don't know. It's so weird.
I'm really genuinely pissed off right now. I think we're gonna have to end it because of this stupid crap.
I mean,
but finish the story. I'm really intrigued.
So what's the last thing you heard?
Your mom must have been so proud what I said.
And so that people know, for like the past 2 minutes, I was keep on saying to Joey, "Hello, hello, hello," because something happened. All of you won't be able to know that because of the editing.
It's friggin' terrible.
But yeah, no, like what I said after that was
She was.
was, well, yeah, I mean, she was. But I said even though that high school was
Oh yeah.
the worst years of my life, that was like the one thing that I can say that was my favorite thing to do within those 4 years.
Dude, my favorite thing, because I've always been like in between jumping through like different schools because I've never been stable. My favorite thing was my last 2 years of high school, and that was when I was in PR. Can you hear me, by the way? I hope it didn't cut out. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was when I was with my friends. Well, actually, no, not even that. Like, the crowning jewel moment was when I got to meet him. So I'm a really big Zelda fan, like huge, and you know this. You're there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a really huge Zelda fan. And at the time, there was a YouTube channel called The Hidden Triforce, which was pretty big. And it was awesome. So I'm sitting down in the main classroom, and I'm like a new transfer student from the United States. And I'm just sort of quiet by myself in a corner. And I look over to my left, and I see that he has a Hidden Triforce shirt on. And it's like the logo. And I'm like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. You know the Hidden Triforce? And I say it in Spanish, obviously. He's like, yeah, you like Zelda? It's like, I love Zelda. And that's where it all started. They brought their own Wii, and like they took it to PE class, and they would set it up on the TVs, and we would play Smash Brothers like during lunchtime or when we didn't have a class or whatever. And like that's where I got to meet my really close friends, Giovanni, Jose, Giancarlos, and Brian, Jasiel, and Abdiel. All of those people are great. I love them to death, and I miss them very much. But like, Jose was like, dude, you should join Atreo, which is the theater class, or theater after school. I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty dope. They got me on an audition. It was actually like really cool, because they were like, okay, you're going to play a scene by yourself, and I want you to improvise. So what I ended up doing was sitting in a chair, and I pretended, well, crap, was it? I pretended that I was late to work, but the way that I did it was actually kind of creative. Instead of sitting down, you know how you would sit down on a chair to get in your car and have coffee, you know, and like spilled all over me and everything like that. What I did was I completely removed the chair. And at the time I was kind of fit. So I was sitting in place. And I think that was the most impressive thing that I did for like the class, and the reason why he wanted to take me was because I was like, okay, so I'm able to improvise even without props. And he noticed what I was doing. It was clear what my motives were, and I was telling a story through my body language. And he liked that a lot. And I got to direct my first ever like play, which was about corruption in a city full of cops or some crap like that. And it was pretty damn dope.
Nice.
One of the best like years of high school, man. Like, that's why I love my high school years, except for when I was here in the US. But when I was in Puerto Rico, man, oh, dude, nothing can replace that. Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't even try.
Nothing can replace my last 2 years of high school with anything. They were the best freaking years. I swear. I wish I could go back.
Huh. Not me, because I would freaking go through all that crap again.
I know. Just saying, I really like my high school years.
Aren't you fortunate?
Dude. You know, we brought like an actual TV to McDonald's. and played PS4?
Oh, I just watched a video recently of. Sorry, you saying that reminded me. A guy took his TV and his Xbox, his OG Xbox, to McDonald's and tried to play the entirety of Halo, the very first game.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
To see how long it would take them to kick them out, and like they didn't even try. So like he's just like, you know what? Okay. This video's done. Like McDonald's
so it only
didn't care.
lasted like oh okay. So they let him stay with the TV and everything?
Yeah. Like there was even one McDonald's employee who walked up, asked what the guy was doing, and like he told him, and like he let the McDonald's employee play for like a solid 10 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
So like they didn't care. So
The thing is that
so when they didn't care, that's when he was like, okay, done.
this is done. So the thing is, when we went to, the McDonald's was like a gathering place for like a whole bunch of like high school students and middle school students. So everyone would hang out there, and it was a pretty big place. And we would constantly hang out there too. Only downside is that we needed to buy something from the establishment in order for us to stay. So we're like, all right, can I get I don't know, like an ice cream or like a sundae, like ever so often? And they were like, sure, no problem. And I would be like the main donor. You know what I mean? Like I'll donate $3 to the group, but I get to play first. And they're like, all right, that's fair. So one day my friend was like, should I just bring my TV? It's like, how big is it? It's like 25 inches. All right, cool. Brings the damn TV, walks around with it to school, goes to McDonald's, sets up the PS4. We're like, all right, it's break time. Cool. We start playing freaking Blaze Blue. And like, it got so much attention that like the whole school knew that we were playing PS4 in a McDonald's, including the teachers. They're like, hey, look at these kids playing like PS4 like in school. We were the talk of the town, dude.
Yeah, so I wish I had stuff like that, but I didn't in high school.
Dude, I'm sorry, but damn.
For me in high school, there was a lot of things going on at home, and like I just didn't want to be home. So for the entirety and at the end of my junior year and throughout the entire year of senior year, like I just stayed at school until probably 6 p.m.
Damn.
And wouldn't even go home.
Were you within walking distance of your house?
I mean, it would take about like half an hour to 45 minutes to walk home.
Jesus.
Relatively on a map, it's not that far, but like because of all the turns and everything like that. So like I would just stay at school and like I wouldn't even work on homework or do any club related stuff. I would just hang out
around.
Yeah, I would just walk around and just hang out with teachers and talk to them.
That's sweet.
I will say this though. There were two girls, two very wonderful human beings.
That's adorable.
And I hope they still are, like now. I hope they are. Two wonderful human beings. For my entirety of senior year, not every single day, but most of the days, I would be mainly with those two after school, and like we would all just walk around the school, the campus, and just talk, hang out, listen to music, and whatnot. But I think I can say this though, because I don't even think they know that I do this podcast, and they most likely won't.
Dude, you never know, man.
But I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not gonna say which one, but one of them I had a major crush on.
Oh.
And I would say one of the biggest mistakes of my life in high school. Sorry, I just need to drink water.
It's like
I would
not
say-
asking her out.
So here's the thing. I already did once, but that was like literally the last day of my junior year. And she does stuff during the summer. So she told me no, but she also said maybe try asking me again next school year.
Whoa. Maybe.
Yeah. And so due to how I was going through a lot of my own crap, with again stuff going on at home, certain relationships in the high school, certain friendships, etc. I just never did. But I did wanted to ask them to prom, and yeah, I bailed out because I really had to convince my mom for months for her to say, okay, fine, don't go to senior prom. But then literally like last minute, and when I say last minute, I don't mean like literal last minute, but in like a week or two before prom, that's when all of a sudden I'm going.
Mhm.
Which at that point it's already too late to asking her. So I just didn't even bother. And then I was talking to one of the teachers who all three of us would talk and hang out with a lot after school. She told me of how that they were expecting me to ask them. Or well, not expecting, but they thought maybe maybe that I was going to ask them, which I was going to.
Yikes, dude.
Sorry, I was scratching. So that's easily one, I would say, in like the top 3 of my biggest regrets from high school, because yeah.
My biggest regret, not high school, I would say middle school-ish. There was this girl that I had a huge crush on, that I would constantly like flirt with. Like she wanted to become a thing, and like I really wanted to be with her, and like we would talk all the time. We would make fun of each other all the time, and it was like one of those like really good relationships that felt like would work out, you know? So like she really wanted to try. Like she was like, I think if we actually tried more, like we could become a thing. But the thing is that like she had a friend, and I won't say her name, but they would constantly hang out with each other, and I would feel awkward. For those of you not being able to see, AJ just queued a video, and anyway, yeah, they would hang out most of the time, so I really couldn't like sit down just to talk to her. I would have to talk to her through text message, and I felt really awkward if I tried talking to her because, you know, they're friends and I don't want to take them apart. So, but before that, her friend was my initial crush. So I was talking to her instead of her friend, right? Which is red flag number 1. Like, you shouldn't do that. And obviously I didn't know better at the time because I'm a dumb idiot. So I started talking to okay, let's call them Michelle and Janine, to protect the innocent. Michelle is the one that I really,
you know what? That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to come up with made up names too. Crap.
Right. Michelle was the one that I really had a crush on, and Janine was the one that I crushed on, but she turned me down. So essentially I'm talking to her and I was like, hey, you want to go out sometime? Like, go to a movie. I saved up a couple bucks. Like, I really wanted to go out with you. And she was just like, I feel like I'm not really ready for this right now. I'm like, oh. And I got turned down, like OD. And I was like, okay, great. I waited a full year for this woman to just be like, okay, I think I'm ready now. A full year. Then this Michelle girl comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, she's really pretty. And she's like super tall and like super gorgeous. And it just turns out that they became really good friends. And through Janine, I met Michelle. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty freaking sweet. So we started talking more and everything like that. We traded numbers and, you know, real slick shit. Weeks go by, months go by, and we're talking and we're getting to know each other and stuff like that. And I bring up the question, do you like me? You know, that middle school shit. And she goes, yeah. But I'm not sure yet. I'm like, okay. So we keep on talking and stuff like that. And like, it slowly becomes apparent that maybe she really does like me. But I was too stupid to realize it. So yeah, that's where the story ends. I was too stupid to realize it. And eventually the reason why I was super awkward with both of them is because Janine texted me saying that, I noticed that you know, she basically called me a man whore, saying that I would jump from girl to girl. I'm like, first of all, relax. You said your dues, you said your words, you said what you wanted to say. You're not interested anymore. I understand. I'm moving on with my stuff. And so Janine essentially told lies, and Michelle believed it because they're friends. And well, my biggest regret was ever talking to Janine. and telling her that, like, hey, you know, like, I think I have a thing for you. But Michelle and I are still friends today, by the way. Like,
nice.
This happened
Okay, cool.
years ago. But we're still friends.
Cool. I would go down the rabbit hole more about high school, especially when it comes to past crushes and stuff. But I would rather want to show this humble video, which is a sign for what?
The end.
Yeah, the ending of the episode.
Aww.
So this is by Narpy. I know I've played a couple of his videos before on the podcast.
Title.
You actually get to hear his voice. The title of the video is "If I Make Minecraft Cute, the Video Ends." So meaning, if there's something cute that happens in the middle of his Minecraft playthrough, it like, boom, the video's done.
Mind you, the video is like 54 seconds long.
Exactly.
Sure.
Hello, today we're going to be trying to not have a wholesome world, so we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to name it...
Also, keep in mind, he is playing in survival.
Okay,
great.
Yeah.
So no cheats.
Yep.
See,
and now he's creating a new world. It's loading.
I have no idea what we're going to put ourselves in.
It's at 50%. 100.
Okay, interesting. Watch him go into inventory and it's just his avatar.
So right now he's getting blocks of wood.
Let's try to get some cobble real quick.
Okay.
Down here and try to find some.
Wait. How did he do that?
Oh my god.
How did he do that? That's a real... Did he use a jump cut that I was not aware of?
Yep, he used a jump cut that you were not aware of.
That is very well done.
Let me go back into the video so that people who are tuning in on YouTube can like see it again, like near towards the end.
So he digs in the ground, right? Like, it makes it seem like it's a brand new world, but he actually just preloaded it and, you know, like, did all the things. and like he falls through a giant hole, falls through lava, and it looks like he's gonna die, but he actually just teleports to a room full of bees and birds and really cute stuff. And the video ends.
So the jump cut I've noticed is when he's
the
falling.
World starts loading.
No, it's actually when he's falling.
Really?
Yeah.
Play that again.
It's because if you notice, he starts looking up, which makes the screen black, and then like all of a sudden it gets a little bit janky.
So how would you find the hole like that just randomly generated? I don't think you can do that randomly generated. I think the jump cut is when the world is like done loading.
No, here, wait a minute. Ooh, watch very closely. You see what I mean of like how like it just got janky?
No. I feel like that's not where the jump cut is at. I feel like the jump cut is here. Hold on. No.
Into, because I
Watch.
have no idea.
Right there. Like when it loads 100, like that's not how a world generates. It goes black first, and then it loads the world, and then it slowly reveals your hand and avatar and all that crap. I feel like he jump cut it there when he loaded the world. You know, that's very smart. He's a very smart human being.
Yes, and there's a reason why he's already gathering a pretty nice following already.
Because he's very smart.
On the YouTubes.
On the okay. Well, sorry, we had to like we're film nerds, so we have to be like, where's the jump cut?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We are officially on episode 6, which is crazy.
Whoa! Right.
So now that makes us a month and a half old, essentially.
Wow. I feel great.
So, really quick before the episode is fully done, thank you to Devlinsound for making our intro and outro for the podcast. And for those who are watching on YouTube, as you make... as you can tell visually, this podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, and Google. And for those of you who are listening on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, Google, if you want to visually see what Joey and I are seeing, which I know for this episode is not really a good example, but either way, you can tune in on YouTube as well. So those of you who are listening to any of those platforms, please subscribe, follow, what have you, and I hope all of you have a fantastic week.
Bye.